Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah. This is Angel Talk, and today we have the amazing. Can you
Alexa
present
from the Shoe
Yes.
Fairy.
Yay! We are so excited to have you on, and we absolutely love you and your amazing company, the Shoe Fairy. We always, if someone asks, like, do you have shoes? We always say, well, you need to go to the Shoe Fairy. You guys are amazing, and I actually have a pair of your shoes over here right now.
Oh,
And I wanted to talk today about something that you're really passionate about is like inspiring and confidence. You want to talk more about that?
I mean, there's a lot we could talk about with that.
Yes.
Where do we want to take this, Hannah? Where do we want to go? What do we want to talk about? What in the day and age that we're in right now, what do you think it is that people are exactly needing to hear, especially in our industry?
I think right now, so like self-confidence is a big thing. And it also like if we're relating to the bodybuilding world, I know like body dysphoria is really big and that, when you're in your off season, you miss your stage lean, but I know uh it's not necessarily healthy to be that lean all the time. So making sure that your headspace is in the right spot.
Well, okay. I think when it comes to confidence and when it comes to headspace, that's all internal work. And I think one of the biggest struggles that people struggle with today is not knowing themselves well enough and comparing themselves to everyone else because everyone is so engulfed in social media and being on their phones 24/7 that they're never actually spending enough time with themselves and being present with themselves. Like getting to know themselves and what they truly want and what makes them happy and what makes them feel good, what makes you feel confident. Because, like in today's day and age, everyone is so busy, busy, go, go, go. And any moments, like if you're waiting at the doctor's office or you're taking a walk or you're at a red light or anything to that matter, what does everyone do? Everyone goes on their phone. And what do they
Yeah.
do? Clicking through stories and scrolling. So now you're telling me it's more important to watch everyone else live their life than it is to be present in your own. And I think
That's a good point.
if there's one big takeaway I want people to take from this talk today, it's to spend more time being present and getting to know yourself. And the only way you can do that is by spending true time with yourself without distractions. Because I think when we're constantly looking at other people's lives and all these perfect pictures on Instagram, that's where the comparison comes in. And then that's where the insecurities come in and the thoughts
Yeah.
of not good enough. So if you spend all your spare time with those thoughts, looking at those things, that's what you need to reevaluate and kind of realize, I need to take a step back from this. I need to take time to work on myself internally before I can actually feel good because it's all internal work.
Yeah, that's a really good point to bring because phones have they have become like a crutch for people. So like I know I try to be really self-aware of that, but I know like if you're just have like a minute, I'll go on my phone, just watch a video or something, I get wrapped into it. And then once you watch one video, it's so easy to watch, hours worth. So being self-aware of that, I think is really important. But you're right, the comparisons start to kick in. So I think it's really important to sit by yourself and do like meditation, like really like be within your emotions, be one with them. Because I know like when I wake up, I know it's easy to grab your phone first before you do anything, but
Oh my
saying
God,
like for me,
toxic.
yeah, I know it is. I mean, so bad, but I know it's so easy to do because, like, I mean, you have your alarm on it and it's just so easy to just grab it. But I know, like, I like to start off my morning with like mantras and just like inspiring quotes. I have by my desk like a ton of inspirational quotes just because it makes me happy when I look over them and see something inspiring. So I know that is something I'm always working on is trying to be more aware and like I have like a cutoff on my phone. Like if I am home, like I do not work past 5 on my phone. Like I make sure I'm in present, be with my family.
Mhm. That's smart. I think I'm going to challenge to anyone listening to
Ooh,
this
hey.
that this might be resonating with them. The one thing that really, really changed me in my life over probably the past 6 months is when I started this. I read a quote and it said something to the effect that like real life isn't these perfect selfies that you see on Instagram and social media. Real life is your family. It's the people you love. It's your surroundings around you. And I was like, wow, I don't know. I just needed to read that. So what I did was I logged out of my personal Instagram. And when it asked me to remember the password, I just clicked not now. So then for me to have to go in, I'd have to physically log in.
Oh,
And I was locked out for over a month. And then I go in and out randomly sometimes, or I'll be off for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I go back in if I need something in my Instagram. But then I have to physically log in. So I can't just switch accounts from the Shoe Fairy to my personal anymore. It's gone. And that I got so used to not being on Instagram that now it's funny because I feel like I have so much to share and
yeah.
on my personal, and I want to come back, but my views on Instagram are so different now that I hate being on it. I feel like it's like just toxic in the fact that like I'm like I don't have the time or energy for this because
Yeah.
like I want that time and energy for myself and for what I'm building in life. So I challenge anyone that might be thinking to themselves, you know what? I need this. Like, I need this. Don't just simply say, I'm going to spend less time on Instagram. Log out and hit not now for your password. Log out.
Yeah.
Log out and don't log back on until you feel ready to go back on. And you will break that habit and it's life changing.
Yeah, so everyone listening, challenge. This is great. I'm going to do that after I get off the phone because it's so tempting. Just like if you have a few seconds just to go in and then it can become toxic, just all that.
And then you're posting on your
Especially,
story, replying to messages and DMs.
yeah,
And then before you know it, it's like, wow, if you look at the timestamps on your phone and you realize how much time you spent on there, it's like, oh my God.
yeah.
It's just wild what happens when you log off for a month and you break that habit. Like your views on it change so much. And like I just it helped me become so much more present in life. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely amazing. And also, like looking at like how much time you've spent on Instagram because they have like all that data is like it's really alarming because you think you only do a couple minutes here and there, but all those couple minutes here and there really add up, and then and it's like, oh my goodness, it's like consumes you.
Mm-hmm.
So easy to do that. So I know we were talking about mantras a few minutes ago. Do you have a favorite mantra that you like to cite every day, or does it change every day?
For me personally, I wouldn't say that I have mantras. It's more so beliefs. So I got in the habit of like needing to meditate every day. And it depends on if I want a guided meditation or sometimes I need to just quiet my mind and I honestly just want to be out in nature listening to nothing, just silence. But majority of the time I use the app Superhuman.
Superhuman. Okay.
Highly recommend the app Superhuman to anyone that wants to get into meditation and guided meditations. I'm obsessed with it. So actually every morning I listen to the same meditation and it's about abundance and wealth. And it's 17 minutes long. And what it does is it just gets you in the right frame of mind and it allows your thoughts to wander into all the things that you want to manifest and envision and feel. And so instead of me just like saying mantras, I like to meditate and manifest where I'm like visualizing these things and
Yes.
feeling the feelings that I want to feel like they've already happened. I also feel like that's been life changing for me too.
Yes, that's something that Kara, Savannah, and I have started this year. They went to see like this guru in Vegas, and he said when you manifest, when you journal, make sure that you kind of write it like you're in a movie, like it's already happened in your life.
Yeah.
So like whatever you are wanting, make sure it's saying like, oh, this happened, like manifesting it happened. Because I mean, putting those good thoughts in the universe, I mean, that just we're big into manifesting here. Like we have a vision board that we do every year, and once we fulfill it, because we do it like in Canva, we make it very visual, and then once we fulfill it, we color it in, and so we can each week we can see it and be like, okay, how can this happen? Because I mean, putting good vibes and energy is big, is huge.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think it's important to realize, like, what is it that you want to feel, and what is it going to take to feel that way? And how will it feel when you finally accomplish that and feel those feelings, and kind of just allow your mind to be in that state of like envisioning it and feeling it like it's already happened. Like it gets your mind and your unconscious accustomed to knowing that this is what's going to happen. And I just personally believe there's something really powerful in that.
Yeah. Do you like to meditate in the morning, or do you like to meditate at night?
I used to be whenever I could fit it in, but now I'm like a morning person. Like before, so when I wake up, I do not go on or answer anything, even read anything on my phone until I've had my time. So like I need ample amount of time in the morning where it's me time, because then the rest of my day kind of just doesn't stop until I go to bed. And so those things that help prime me, I need to do in the morning, and it's literally sets my entire day up. So I come downstairs, I have my coffee, my cat comes to cuddle with me on the couch, and I sit, I allow myself to just think and just like look around. I always love to think about the things that I'm grateful for too. And then I put my meditation on, I lay there, I listen to it, I visualize it, I finish my coffee, if I need to do anything else. And then when I get ready, and once I'm ready, I'll look at my phone then. But I feel like it's so important to not be at the disposal of everyone else all the time, and make sure that you're setting yourself up for the day so that you can have the most successful, efficient day possible.
Yeah, I really like that, making sure that you have the me time in the morning, and then it just sets the whole mood for the rest of the day. Because
Yes.
yeah, because I like to do some kind of like meditation or journaling at night, but I think definitely doing it in the morning, also doing some kind of meditation, like you said, just sets the intentions for the day.
And I like it too because my mind is more clear. I like to kind of like get up, come down, and before I start thinking about everything, because then it gets harder to be in a meditative state, because it's
Yeah.
like those thoughts, and it's natural, those thoughts come into our head and what we have to do and blah, 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 all these things. So
Yeah.
when I'm kind of like more of a fresh slate in the morning before like the wheels really start turning, that's when I do that.
Yeah. So, um, anyone listening, there are a couple challenges for everyone. Make sure that you log out of your social media. So you have to manually put in your password information, so you're not tempted just to do mindless scrolling. Making sure you do that deep work, because you don't want the distractions of any kind. So, and then I'm going to look into that superhuman because it sounds amazing. Yes. And then challenge everyone to, even if it's just 5 minutes, do some kind of meditation or any kind of any me time in the morning, because it can help set your whole day.
And that, like, all of this is going to tie into help building your confidence. The more that you pour into your cup and allow your mind to free up and get to know yourself more,
Yeah.
more confident you're going to feel. Because think about, if you're suffering with insecurities and confidence issues, you're not in touch with yourself. There's a disconnect. You're out of alignment. And a lot of times people are not giving themselves the space to truly get to the bottom of it, to understand, like, where am I out of alignment? Where are these insecurities coming from? Are they even real? Like, it's just so crazy that I truly think the answer to everything, and this is from my own experience, like done it myself, my proven method was to take a step back from everything, all the noise, and give myself the space to just be in touch with me. And it allows you to kind of like peel back your own layers and heal anything that's causing insecurities or confidence issues. And you're just going to feel so much better about yourself.
Yeah, I think that's really good for anyone to hear. And I mean, not people who do compete and people who don't compete,
Yeah.
because I mean, I know, I don't compete myself right now, but I know, like, working in this industry, you see all of these gorgeous women, and you know, like, if I'm having a bad day, like, seeing those bodies, it can cause like body dysphoria. But like, I like sat with myself, like did meditation and everything, and like, I am the heaviest I've ever been, but I'm also like the happiest I've ever been in my body. So it's you have to love yourself before you give love out in the world.
Yep. And honestly, loving yourself, when you really love yourself and you can find that connection with yourself, the number on the scale is not going to matter as much.
No.
And to that point as well, if you do want to lose weight or you have some sort of fitness goal and you truly do love yourself, it's going to be easier for you to then be like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, and take the steps to do it. It just
Yeah.
all comes back to being like internally connected to yourself.
Yeah. So, is there any ending point you want to make to anyone who's listening?
I want
Any
everyone
takeaway?
to realize that I love them and that they are beautiful, no matter what anyone on the outside says, no matter what, who you're comparing yourself to. We're all so beautiful in our own individual way. And that's the most important thing to realize.
Yeah, that's so important, because like sometimes there's a lot of noise in the background, but just making sure you sound it all out and be like, take that time that you need just to be with yourself. And because I mean, take care of yourself first before you do anything is really important.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's so important, because I mean, if you keep on, you can't pour an empty cup. Exactly. So you have to recharge and make sure that battery gets full.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all for listening. We are so happy that Alexa joined us today, and we'll have to do another podcast going, because I know we talked a lot about like body image, and that morphed into social media. And so I think definitely doing, because there's so much to talk about confidence. And so I think this could also be another segment going into. So make sure that you comment what other aspects of confidence do you want us to cover. And we'll talk to you next time at Angel Talk.